having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
And they're off to the races. Meta is in the lead. Apple, Microsoft are neck to neck. Amazon's back on the rail. Oh, Meta wins the race. That's what it sounded like yesterday. Ridiculous. Just totally ridiculous. These three stocks, Meta, Apple, and Amazon, holding up of our 4,000 stocks, 2,400 recognized, name stocks. They're holding them up. It's amazing. What was going on yesterday was just crazy. We are at the top of a bubble. See, people, I get upset when they say cycles. You ever hear the term Wall Street? Cycles. Everything's a cycle. Business cycles. They're not cycles. They're bubbles. They always create bubbles. They've been creating bubbles ever since they formed the Federal Reserve, for God's sakes. There had to be, 15, 18 cycles, which are really bubbles, man-made bubbles. Remember, the wealthy owners of banks formed this called Federal Reserve. They created it. They created a bubble, not a cycle, a bubble that they can inflate. That's easy to do. And then when they decide to pop it, they can pop it and make money on the way back down. You remember the dot-com, that's not a cycle, it was a bubble. How about the housing bubble? Did you ever call it, you hear people calling it housing cycle or housing business cycle? No, it was a bubble, man-made bubble. It was created. Think about yesterday, this horse race that was going on. And you have, and think of the backdrop. The backdrop. Bad enough, the backdrop against this race was we're at the top of a bubble. Once you're at the top of a bubble, there's no more credit. There's no more zero rate. There's no more money. So only one place to go is down. Think what they're against. The backdrop of we've lost $667 billion in stock market valuation ever since Biden came to the White House. Our debt, we never had debt like this. Historic 220% debt increase. 220, I didn't say 22, 220%. That's the increase of our debt since he's been in the White House. You're talking 2 years. You're talking 24 months. Our record debt to income is ridiculous. The ratio should be at 65. We're double that. Now remember, yesterday, the horse race, what was going on? They're out there running around the track, right? Everybody's focusing on the track. This is it. Everything's great again. But the backdrop is $667 billion lost in the stock market. Our debts increased 220%. We have historic deficits, plus the debt. We have historic trade deficits. We have historic inflation at a 42-year high. Are you kidding? What are you, nuts? We have economic headwinds. We can see what's going on. We got proof. Diesel fuel, that's a great indicator. Dropped by 50%. No demand. Truck tonnage, no demand. Lowest since 2021. Durable goods, they dropped $413 billion, or 5%. That's huge. Remember, durable goods orders are down year over year. That indicates going forward, both the economy and the stock market's going to decline. So when you see durable goods are down, you best know what that means. The economy is going down. The stock market's going down. But you better know, where are we in the bubble? Not the cycle, the bubble. Man-made bubbles by our owners. Proof. We got problems. Manufacturing's at a 14-year low. 14-year low. That's unbelievable. More than 23 manufacturing facilities are shutting down each day. Manufacturing. New orders are negative. Texas manufacturing. They're near zero new orders. Zero. The Philly Fed. The Dallas Fed. All negative orders. But everybody's enjoying this race. This is it. This is my winner. Meta, Apple. This is my winner. I'm going to get rich again. We're back going. We're back in, man. But you're not at the bottom of the bubble. You had to make money when the bottom of the bubble was there. Not only are you at the top, you're past the top. And you're going to bet on Meta, Apple, and Microsoft when you missed the whole bubble? And now you're on the backside of the bubble. Oh, I'm sorry. Cycle, economic cycle. We have historic low economic growth. We haven't seen business investment this low since 1957. Why? Why would a CEO put money into labor, put money into machinery, into technology, when he can buy Meta? What the hell? Who wants to run a business? Just buy Meta. You don't even need a job. Quit your job. Buy Meta. Buy some Apple. Buy some Microsoft. Just buy one of those stocks. Why are you working? They'll never come down. That's what we're being told. That's why there's no business investment. CEOs are taking their money instead of putting into business, their business upgrade, their facilities. They're buying Meta. Are they nuts? Why do you think business investment is negative? But remember, we're not at the bottom of the bubble, middle of the bubble, not even at the top of the bubble. The bubble's popped. We're on the back side of the bubble. How are you going to turn that around? You can't. You can't change a bubble. You got the bottom, the top, and then back to the bottom. We've done this probably about 15, 16 times that they call cycles. You know the ones. You know the ones we're familiar with. .com, housing con, bubbles. Mortgage applications are negative. Mortgage lenders, their profit has dropped from 98% down to 32% year over year. Existing home sales are negative. The only little bright spot, but it's not going to be for long, is new home sales. That's because they're chasing interest rates. Got to buy a home before the rates go up. They once were 2.6%, now they're 7%. I got to get it. Credit's tightening. That's what happens with a bubble. Once they run that bubble up, next thing they do, and they want to stop it, the feds, they stop the credit, tighten the credit, tighten that credit. Withdraw all the equity. Get that equity back out. Get that money back into reserves. More when I get back. Get ready to bet on the next horse.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in a down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and Phil's Gang software is easy to use. painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. Remember, when the Federal Reserve was formed, it was formed by a bunch of mega bankers. I mean, real wealth. And they got together and created what they call the Federal Reserve, which is no more federal than Federal Express. They were the lender of last resort. And they finally figured out, hey, we can create bubbles. We can create bubbles. But they don't want to call them bubbles. They'd be hauled off to jail. So they call them economic cycles. Remember, the markets going all the way back, even before 1932, going all the way back, the markets weren't like today where they go up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, look at the market today. It's first up 350 points, then it's down 150, then it's up 200, it's back down. It's all over the place. And the reason for that is, remember, that a turnaround in a market, a key reversal, where, remember, this market has dropped 38%. It's gone down for around 320 days. And then remember, it's been struggling to go back up. After about 125 days, we still can't get these stocks back up to where they belong, to the top where they started to crash. We've only recovered about 15, maybe 20%. We haven't covered the whole 38%. And we've been struggling, we've been going sideways with that recovery of just 15, I'll call it 20%, okay? We've been struggling. And remember, after we went down 38% and we went up about 20%, remember what happened? It stopped. Actually, it's about 15%, the real number, if I'm right, Will. About 15%. And that's a short covering rally, 15. They went up 15%, and they stopped. And I've been showing my members for weeks now where if you put up a chart, and I showed you yesterday if you're on my website, I showed you where the spiders, the Qs, okay, the spiders and the Qs, they both stopped. And the banks, spiders, Qs, and the banks, they all stopped about 15% on the way back up. That's because the shorts who shorted them and they went down 32, 33%, they had to buy them back to cover the short position. They went up 15% and stopped dead. Now they got to try to get the stocks back up. They got to get the Qs up to around 330, and they got to get the spiders up to around 430 on the SPY. They got to get them up there, and they're going to do any. Remember, I told you weeks ago, I said they're going to do anything to get these stocks up, anything. But the problem is they're going against a cycle. They're on the wrong side of the cycle. Remember, a bubble starts right after the house. Remember, we had the dot-com. And when you're on the backside of the bubble, and then you're at the bottom again, the hedge funds, all the big guys, they need cash. They need cash to get going again. So that's when they started the housing bubble. They give the hedge funds money, all the big boys on Wall Street money, the insurance companies money, and they drop interest rates to zero, so they start another bubble. And when the bubble rallies for so long, remember, it's cheap money that stimulates. And when that bubble starts going up, they keep that money really cheap. And then they tell the banks, don't have any reserves. If they say a bank's got $10 million in reserve, they tell the bank, take that $10 million reserve, plow it back in, increase your money supply so you can make more loans. And then that creates inflation. And remember, credit is debt. Credit is debt. So when you're on the upside of the bubble, upside the cycle, upside the bubble, that's debt. Credit is debt. And then when you get to the top of the cycle, that's when all hell breaks loose. And then our owners, the central banks, they're going to make money when they pop the bubble. And that's what they're doing right now. They've been popping the bubble. And when you're caught on the back side of the bubble going in and trying to buy stocks, and what they're trying to do, remember I told you, before this market crashes, I told you this a couple of weeks ago, they got to have one last rally. As we went into these earnings, I said to you, remember, the big boys, J.P. Morgans, the Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanleys, they control all the pension money. Police, fire, nurses, all the pension money. And they fight for that pension money. And when we had that 38% drop in the market, and because of Biden, because of tremendous inflation, his terrible monetary policy, because of all the programs he's got that he put in place, especially the money he put in, another $16 trillion in 2020. I mean, it's just terrible, the inflation from this. So anyway, so when the banks get down to the bottom, at the bottom of the cycle, when these people need money, they start another bubble. And the banks make huge money. Everybody makes money. The big boys make money. Now our problem is that the inflation is so high and the debt is so high that and our banks are not going to recover. We're going to have 4 banks, maybe 5 banks, but they're designing it that way. Remember, they want one world bank. One world bank, that's all they want. And remember, 2008, they did the same thing. When the banks started to go under, what did they do? They took the big banks, the government, and funded them so they would never fail. Basically, they bought the big banks. They controlled them. And then they wanted to grow the big banks bigger. So they let the banks, the smaller banks, go broke. So the big banks could scoop them up. So the big banks, now the government owns, doesn't have to go buy them. They don't have to buy their assets. They pick them up free. They pick all those deposits up free. So this rally we had yesterday, I'm sorry to tell you, you're on the wrong side of the bubble. You got too much headwind against you. You can't be sitting there, okay, with the kind of debt we have, with manufacturing at a 14-year low, and you look at every sign. There's not a good sign out there. There's not a look at yesterday. Meta's going nuts. The Dow's going up, and we get notice that our economic growth goes from 2% to 1%. What are you nuts? What the hell's going on? But if you time it, you can make a lot of money.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something that this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
What are you, nuts? 85% of the people do not know how to get out of the market. They lose money because they don't know when to get out. I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. I solved that with my Pro 2 color-coded chart. It tells you when to get out. It tells you when to get in, tells you what to add, not to add. Specifically, when do I get out? It tells you that. Check it out. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Get your 10-day free trial of my Pro 2 color-coded chart and a membership. What are you, nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%. I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hey, good afternoon, gang. It's Steve Celeste here with philsgang.com. Just wanted to tell you how to get engaged with Phil's Gang and how to become part of the Phil's Gang membership or how to try us for 10 days free. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's www.philsgang.com and click on Get Started at the top of the website. Click on the big red banner that says Working Investor 10-day free trial, and that's all you got to do. And hey, while you're at the website, why not stop by our gift shop, see if there's something in there for you or for somebody you know. All right, thanks, and back to you, Phil.
All right, thank you. Listen to this.
The Dow soars 524 points. The S&P surges 1.96%, and the Nasdaq soars 2.43%.
House of pleasure.
On the densest day of earnings season, the day where we get numbers from the most companies in one session, I find it the whole whole day to be a giant celebration of the ingenuity of executives and their teams.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow, boy, the executives and their team made the tech stocks rally yesterday. 4 stocks, actually one, made one stock rally, and then Apple followed it, and Microsoft followed it. It had nothing to do with their team. What the hell's their team doing? What a stupid remark. What made the tech stocks rally, if you recall, you go back when we started the earnings season, and they're going to rally. They started to rally the banks. They're hoping they could rally the banks during early earnings season to get their leadership back, because you need the leadership of the banks to sustain a market. Tech stocks can't sustain a market. The only way, from 2008 to 2022 or 2021, November 2021, the only reason why they kept going up, because we kept printing and printing and printing money, more QE, more zero interest rates, printing more debt, more debt, more debt, more printing, more debt. That's what pushed up, that's what stimulated the tech stocks going up, keeping interest rates zero. And in the meantime, it was flooding. Where's that money come from? You got to print it, or you got to borrow it. And that money is debt. And in the meantime, our debt is going up and up, insane. Insane. And as that debt keeps on going up, inflation keeps on going up, and then it all stopped. We were at the top of the bubble in November 2021. Then when it dropped, I said to you, they got to get those people out. They got to get those big hedge funds out. They got to get their clients out. So what they did, going into the banks, I said to you, we started to short the banks, by the way, before anybody else did. We started to short the banks in February when the banks were going up. And we anticipated, again, looking at our yields, using our color-coded chart, watching the money flow, we anticipated the banks were going to collapse when everybody else said, oh, they're going to continue to go up. They're going to continue to go up. And guess what? We were right, and we were short all those banks in February. And then what did we do? We turned around, and we were in the tech stocks, and we caught the tech stocks before anybody else, because we can anticipate. Because you don't listen to these guys, you listen to the again, what are the yields telling you? The yields will direct you. The yields will tell you when the yields are up, what you should be buying, when the yields are down, what you should be buying. And all I can tell you, that debt has gotten so huge now that we got such headwinds that we're on the backside of the bubble. And when you rally a market like yesterday, you got to see the volume yesterday. Today, the volume should be greater than yesterday. The volume should be greater than yesterday. That's how it works. That's called a key reversal. So if we have a key reversal in Meta, okay, take a look at the volume compared to today and yesterday. It's about half? About half? Let's take a look at Microsoft. Just a little more than half. If you're going to have a key reversal, that yesterday's volume, today, the second day, you got to have more volume than yesterday. We got about half. And then the third day is called the key reversal. That's the day you need to have volume higher than the first, and second day, that's then called a key reversal. It will sustain itself. We don't have any of that. Don't have any of that. So we also, again, remember, when you're looking at all the nonsense that they're talking about every day about how strong the consumer is, right? Listen to this. She's telling us again today, right here.
The economy remains solid, driven by ongoing resilience from the consumer.
Yep. Mortgage applications are negative, right? Existing homes are negative. Sales are executive, right? Record home equity withdrawals. They blew that money. They blew all the money they got from the stimulus money from COVID. That was gone. Remember, their savings went from 7% up to 38%. That's all gone. We're back down to 2.3%. They got record withdrawals out of their 401ks, record savings withdrawal. They don't have any money left. And that's the way bubbles work. It's the way bubbles work. So, again, if you were with us, you would have been in your Microsoft. You would have been in your Meta. But you would have been in your Microsoft, okay? You would have been in your Microsoft back in March, right around March 20th. You would have been in your Meta. You'd have been in your Meta right around, that'd be about March 10th. This is when all those stocks were primed to buy. Our color-coded chart told them to buy them right there. They just turned green, from red to green. Our other stock, Google, you'd have been in Google on March 17th. You'd have been in Apple on March 16th. We bought all these at the same time. You'd have been in NVIDIA, which is a great stock of ours. We made good money in NVIDIA. NVIDIA, it was a perfect trade. We got NVIDIA on January 20th. January 19th. And we took most of our profit right before Easter. It was that market was closed on. We took it on Thursday because we had Good Friday. So let's take our profit. And that one, we did terrific. We got in that anywhere around $170, and we got out of that around $264, something like that. So, but that's about a 50% gain. Now, I'm not saying every gang member did that. I'm not saying that. I can't control what they do. But if you are a gang member and you follow our education program, and the biggest thing we tell you is you stay, we say this all the time, you only should have 6 stocks. We have Apple, JP Morgan, Gold, AU. We have an oil, MRO, refiner. We have Target and Boeing. Now, that's our portfolio. Now, we also have our bonus stocks, which we have the 5 best tech stocks: Microsoft, Meta, Google, Apple, NVIDIA. And then we have the best banks: JP Morgan, 5 of the best banks: Goldman Sachs, Citi, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo. And then we have the best staples. We have 5 of each. But the ones we work on, the staples we don't do much with. But we have the banks, the best banks, and we have the best tech. And if you stay with that, with your bonus stocks, and you stay with your portfolio all year, you make about 70, 80% from your portfolio and make 20, 30% from your bonus stocks. And that's all the stocks you look at. That's all you need. We'll show you. The gang, join the gang, free for 10 days, and see for yourself. It works.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. Is your business prepared to respond to any emergency in the workplace? Well, you better be. Let over 30 years of law enforcement experience go to work for you. Boyd Investigative Group is here for all your business security needs. I know. I use them. They're terrific. Call today for your free confidential consultation. 941-724-4535. That's 941-724-4535. Or visit them on the website, BoydInvestigativeGroup.com.
License number A1900020.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy. philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Bill, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Bill's gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day it goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, I've been doing this business of trading over 55 years. God, they make it so complicated. It doesn't have to be. The best way to learn is to follow me, my actual investments. That's right. When I buy a stock, you follow me. Do exactly what I do. That's the best way to learn.
Check out the free 10-day trial. Learn more at philsgang.com.
Be my co-pilot at philsgang.com. Do what I do.
That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The idea of the stock market, you got to be ahead of it. You got to be looking forward. Yesterday, what was so upsetting is all these people are getting in these stocks yesterday. They haven't been in them. And now they get in. You think this is a new revival. It isn't. You're on the backside of the bubble. It's not going to work out well for you. You have to catch them on the front side of the bubble. And you always have to anticipate. But you need to know what you're doing. And I think we are the best teaching format in the country. I'm not just saying that. I mean, judge for yourself. When everybody was buying the banks, just like now the tech, and right around January, the end of January, beginning of February, they were going up. And everybody said, oh, they're just going to keep going up. And I said, no, they're not. I said, you watch. These banks, we're going to start shorting them. So we started to watch, and then we started to short the banks in February, and some in January, February, March. And we caught them all on a beautiful short. We caught all our banks, our Goldman Sachs, our Citi, our Morgan Stanley, our Wells Fargo, all short. Then we turned around and we caught all our tech stocks. Apple and the rest of them, and we caught them. It was perfect. Apple was a real nice catch, but we anticipated it. So Apple, we bought around March 15th, I think it was, March 15th, and all the other the stocks. And they worked out well because we anticipate. How do you anticipate? Well, you don't call somebody on Wall Street. If you anticipate, go look at your yields. The yields are one of the most important indicators. We knew that these tech stocks, and I told my members, Meta, we knew Microsoft was going to go up. We knew Meta was going to go up. Google, Apple, NVIDIA, those are in our portfolio. We knew they were all going to go up because we could see them forcing the yields down. They're forcing the 10-year Treasury yields down. And the yields are never wrong. When the yields are down, you know you got to go. Okay, you got to go to those tech stocks. Just like when they're forcing the yields up, you got to go to the bank stocks. The only thing you need to know is there enough money going in to buy now? Because sometimes they start going up and then they'll fail. Then it takes another run. But when we designed the color-coded chart years ago, and it works beautifully, when it turns red, it's telling you, wait a minute now, or if it turns yellow, it warns us. So if you get in a stock, also starts going up, starts turning yellow, it warns you. Even though the stock's going up, and it should be going up, there's not enough money going into that stock to sustain it itself. When it turns red, from green to red, it's telling you, you better change your position or take some shares off. So between the guidance once we teach you how to understand the bond market, which is so easy. So you'd learn in one day how to read the bond market. And shorting, everybody's so scared of shorting, right? You're going to lose all your money. No, you're going to lose all your money if you don't short. You're going to lose all your money if you buy and hold. See, that's the problem. They don't want you to short. You want to know why they don't want you to short? They've ingrained into you over the last 100 years, shorting's dangerous, you're going to lose all your money. You need to buy and hold. You got to buy and hold. And buy and hold is the worst thing. Anybody tells you to buy and hold, they should be in jail. They should be in jail. Buy and hold? Why don't you just put on handcuffs? And one reason why they do the buy and hold, because it's easy for them. It's easy. Your broker doesn't have to do anything. You call up, what do you think the market's going to do? And he says, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Just hold on that stock. You see in 2 years, it's going to be just fantastic. And they don't hear from you again in another 6-7 months. Then you call again about 6-7 months, and then they go through it again. No, just buy and hold. You're going to be just fine. That's why they want you to hold. They don't want you to short the market. He said they make the money shorting the market. If you shorted the market, you'd be going against your own brokerage house. They just want you to buy, 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 buy. That's all you hear from Kramer. Buy, 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 buy. He's a product of that environment, of the Wall Street environment. Get your people to buy, buy, buy. And then in the mornings, you sit around, and the guy ahead of the desk will come in, the manager, and say, "Okay, we want you to push this dog crap stock today, and whoever sells most of it, stock X, whoever sells the most shares today, you're going to get tickets to the World Series." Oh, okay. Everybody's pushing this dog crap stock out the door, right? You're going to love it. It's good. It's a great stock. Buy and hold. Then they think if you bought it and you're holding it, they're not going to hear from you for about 6-7 months. And then 6-7 months later, you're going to call, what's going on? And then not only does he calm you down, they're so good at it, they'll sell you another stock. So you say to your wife, well, I'm going to call George tomorrow. I'm going to call George Suckface tomorrow. I'm so mad at him, my broker. Look at the money. We're down 25%. So you call George Suckface, the broker. You get on the phone with him. The wife says to you that night, how'd you make out with George Suckface, the broker? Oh, God, he did it. You know what? He did us a favor. He told us to buy more of it. He cost average it down. Isn't that great, hon? The stock we bought at 50 is now at 25. He said he could get us more. He had to work hard to get us shares, but he says, buy more at 25. Because when you cost average down, you're going to even out. And that thing's going to go through the roof. You never cost average down ever, unless you're trending up. If your trend's going with you, you cost average down. Trending down, never. Stay short. The stock market is easy. It's not hard. Matter of fact, after they turned to the discount brokerage, everything has changed. And it's forced traders, okay, to find a way, okay, to make money in the market without Wall Street. Then when technology came, it was fantastic because now you didn't need them. What do you need? If you got your own computer, you have a little now. What do you need them for? Here, listen to this. Listen to this.
Look at the recent housing start trends in the last 2 months. When you look at the numbers, it clearly gives you an impression that it's actually stabilizing. And the mortgage rates have come down, from the peak of 7% to 6.3% now. I believe that the U.S. market will bounce back in a very strong manner. It's just economically and...
Okay, we got you. Then listen to this.
Let's get some housing data. Diana.
Hey, Carl. Yeah, pending sales in March dropped 5.2% month to month. The street was looking for a flat, so that's a big miss.
Yeah, this guy said, well, it's going to be strong. Yeah, I told my members that I experienced in 2008. Everybody in 2008 were shorting the housing market, the housing builders, and they kept going up and going up, just like now, going up, right? And I told them what happens. The housing stocks, the builder stocks, are the last ones to go down because what happens is rates are going up to fight inflation. Then the home mortgages rates are going from 2.6, right, to 3, to 3.5, to 4. So people start chasing the interest rates. I better buy this new home for Pulte Homes before they go up. So you look at the housing, new home building in the rearview mirror. When it catches up, where all of a sudden, boom, the mortgage rates are so high, there's no more demand. Those stocks tank. Unbelievable. But you got to know exactly when to get in to short it. And that's what we will teach you here. And we'll guide you here. We'll help you here. I mean, we got the best educational format, I think, anywhere. We keep it simple, very simple. And it's fun. But there's no reason why you should be losing money in a down market like you are. Because you never sold a stock short because you're scared to get. Because they keep telling you could lose all your money. No, you lose all your money if you sit and buy and hold. That's how you lose all your money. You lose your money if you don't sell short. So join my gang for 10 days. They're free for the first 10 days. You'll learn how to short. You'll be able to convince yourself. I don't have to convince you. You'll see in our classes how to short is made easy. You're going to say, why haven't I done this long ago? Why haven't I done this long ago? What you need to watch right now is the Home Builder ETF. The Home Builder ETF. And I'm telling you, you watch. Mark my words, how these houses are going to collapse, these builders. But we'll get you in at the right time, okay? We'll show you how to do that. Same with the tech stocks. Don't be chasing the tech stocks. You had to be in them before yesterday, like we were. We'll help you. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.